So this is an overview of the screws that are required for building the bracket kit. So these are the screws that will actually connect the top and lower portion of the bracket together. There's two on each side. These are the larger screws, and then these are the pin screws, and the pin screws are the ones that mount to the top of the top portion of the bracket, and that actually hold the cradle in place. Okay. This is the process for building of the bracket for the MC9300 guns and cradle. The bracket is the portion that mounts to the rack, and then the cradle will sit on top of that utilizing these pins. So Maverick is going to go ahead and put the 4 pins on the top plate of the bracket. And as you can see on the left side, we have the 2 brackets that actually mount the entire bracket kit to the rack itself.
Number 1, Phillips head.
You will need a small Phillips head for this portion of the project. No need to over tighten these. These are the components for putting the brick, AC and DC line cords together. Maverick is taking the DC line cord and plugging it into one side of the zebra brick. And unfortunately, these all come as individually boxed and individual components. And now we have the line cord complete. Now Maverick will take the completed AC/DC brick power assembly and install it into the bracket base. And if you'll notice that the perforations over the grill is on the left side, which is the front, and the power cords are coming out to the right, which is the back. So with this portion, what we're going to do is we've placed our power supply within the lower portion of the bracket kit. We do want to make sure that the brick itself is facing with the label down in the bottom, and as I stated, the grill will be to your left, and the open slot of the lower bracket kit portion will be to your right. We have the AC line portion coming out close to me, and the DC portion coming out what I consider the top. I like to line the brick up on the left side, and that allows enough room for the DC cable to be, from a cable management standpoint, to be encased and enclosed here. And then I will start with a twist tie. It's nice to be at a table where you have the ability to pull this over the edge and work on it and not have to do it in your lap or standing up. I take the twist tie all the way through this slot, and the actual grasping portion of this twist tie stays here on my right, and then I come back up the open slot of the grill here, and then going ahead and keeping the twist tie cap in this area, lock it in as such. And then we follow up with a second twist tie, and I can again pull the entire assembly over towards the chest and kind of hold it, balance it on the table and in my chest or belly. And then same thing with this portion. And then we have a knife or snips or something along those lines. And that completes the mounting of the power supply within the bracket. So now we will assemble the lower portion of the bracket, which has the power supply, the DC line, power supply brick, AC line, all mounted with the black plastic ties. And it's pretty simplistic. As stated, this is the front where the grill is. as far as the top plate for the bracket, you can see that the electrical slots are also on the rear. So this is the rear, this is the front, this is the rear, and this is the front. Literally set it down, and it has a sleeve, so it slides in. And now it is closed. And so we're going to go ahead and we've got our large screw, and you have over on the side of the completed bracket kit, we have a front screw and a back screw that will hold the top bracket portion to the lower bracket, and a good clutch, a good tip. Do this side, and we'll rotate it. Be careful of the location of the cords. And again, that's a total of 4 screws. And now you have a completed bracket kit with the DC cord, the brick, and the AC cord all coming out, properly mounted and coming out of the rear. This is the back, and this will be the front. So now we will go ahead and assemble the actual L bracket that connects the holding bracket for the charger to the actual rack. So with the L bracket, it does clearly state up. So it says up here, and so hold it like this, and we'll do the top hole first with a large screw. We make it moderately tight, and then as far as the angle, we will adjust it so that it's the instead of the vertical screw, which would be this one, and the first hole, we go to the second screw hole on the actual completed bracket kit, and on the L bracket we go to the first hole. And so that is what the angle looks like, and the 2 screws holding it in position. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and place the 2 units together, and you'll see that the open slot will end up pushing forward once we get it mounted. You may need 2 people for this. Sometimes it can be a little challenge to line up the pinholes. Now that they're set on both sides, and you can just snap the unit forward and a nice tap. And now we have a completed kit that is ready to be mounted to the tower rack. So this is a completed kit, bracket that holds a 4-slot charger. You can see this is the front, has the zebra on the 4-slot charger, and it has the grill on the front of the bracket mount. And when we turn it around, you can see the back of the 4-slot charger. And this is the where the DC line, the DC line connects into the 4-slot charger, and you can just line that up, and it goes straight in. And then the power cord coming out of this side.